What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, I didn't see anything major going on in the news. The media keeps trying to say, oh, the polls are saying that fucking Harris is leading Trump and blah, 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 and everybody wants to vote Harris. They're so full of shit. Yahoo's really bad about this. Everyone knows that they can't beat Trump, so it's just kind of stupid. But anyways, JFK joining Trump, that's about the only really big thing. They're going to lose unless they cheat, which is not going to be surprising if they try it. I mean, they did it before, they'll do it again. So let's get on to talk about what I really want to talk to you about. I just watched this show called Nautilus. Basically, it's about Captain Nemo and all that jive. Everyone's heard the story before. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Yeah. Well, this show, they try to take a more, I think it's done in Sweden or some shit, but they try to take a look at more like a kind of realistic version of it. Not really, but sort of. You have the East Indian Company, which is controlled by the British Empire. Nemo and this French scientist, they build a submarine for him. But Nemo wants to take it, steal it, which he does. And he gets a ragtag group of individuals to join him, his piracy or whatever. Basically, he wants to take it because he wants revenge on the East Indian Company. They killed his wife and his daughter, and lo and behold, he's some sort of prince or some shit from India. He's joined by two women and another gentleman who, at first, he comes off like he's a soldier, but you later find out he's actually like this spy or something for the company. Now, one guy, he kind of heads the company, at least the interest of the company, and throughout the show he's trying to constantly catch him. And I like that guy. He did a good job as the bad guy. The two women are tropes. You know, you always have that when it's done like in the early 1900s or late 1800s or something. You always have that trope of the female who wants to be a scientist. She wants to be a boss babe. Blah, 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 feminist. She wants to wear pants instead of a skirt or dress. You know, that kind of bullshit. But that's the way the women are portrayed in this show, and it just ruins most of the show because of the nonsense that she's spitting off. Always got a chip and attitude on her shoulder. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, there's a couple of episodes that aren't actually too bad. Most of it's all decent. The show's okay. The actors are, you have some decent actors in it and stuff. And I liked the show for the most part. It was all right, you know, minus the feminist crap. The show was actually pretty damn good. I did miss one episode because I went to 20 different sites and I could not find the episode. I think that was episode 4. They were supposed to go on some island and they encounter like this electric eel that chases them throughout the island. I don't know. I didn't get to watch it. I watched the rest of the show, but like I said, I went to 20 different sites and not one site had this episode. Not even A&E, which is the network that, you know, cases the show. They didn't even have it. So I don't know what the hell happened there. But anyways, check it out. It's not a bad show. They take a more realistic approach with a little bit of fantasy in it. You know, giant fish, that kind of thing. But I give, because of the feminist crap, I give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. If it didn't have the feminist trope bullshit in it, it would have been an excellent show. Okay, moving on. I also just got done watching not too long ago Australia's version of Alone. Like I said in a previous video, I first started to watch this, the Australian version, and then I stopped like 2 or 3 episodes in, and I went to the American version and started watching all of it. Now, I'm still on season 11 of the American version because they haven't finished it yet. I have now started the 2nd season of Australia, the 2nd season of the Australian version. Sorry. I'll let you know next video or whenever I get it done. But the 1st season, definitely right off the bat, I knew it was feminist crap. Australia's long gone, so is the UK with the feminism shit. But anyways, they focused the entire season basically on this one woman. And I knew they was going to have her win the show. I just knew, or the competition. I was just, yeah, she's going to be the winner because they just, there's a woman named Gina that won the show, or supposedly won the competition. Now, not one female has won the competition, you know, in the American version. Not one. And they're on season 11. Now, I think they did an offshoot of Alone called Frozen. I haven't watched it yet. But they did fucking finally let a woman win the competition. And I mean let her. She didn't actually win it on her own. But I haven't watched that one yet. But in this one, you could definitely tell the Australians, you know, they meant for her to win. The feminists did. This woman was batshit crazy. Loony loon. I mean, oh, I'm one with nature. Blah, you gotta be, you know, love it and be with it and dance naked in it and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, what the fuck? This bitch is fucking nuts. But yeah, she's one of those super hippie chicks. Let's go dance in the sun and absorb the sun and eat the sun. gives us energy and helps us live longer. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? This bitch is weird. Anyways, and why is it always the women, all the women, they know herbs, like they know plants, you know, kind of shit. It's always the women. I mean, there's some guys who know about some of the herbs and the plants and shit, but the women, that's like all they know. They don't know how to hunt. They may know how to fish a little bit, but they're not experts on any of that shit. It's just crazy. But anyways, yeah, they would focus on this Gina chick. Like they'd show like 5 minutes of some other contestant, but then they go back to Gina for 20 minutes. Then they go to another contestant for 5 minutes. Then they go back to Gina for another 20 minutes or so. So you knew it was catered to her. It was just dumb. It kind of pissed me off that they did that. Anyways, the second season, I'm working on it, and it's not really like that. So hopefully they do better this round. They just had to have a woman win. It's so dumb. Pathetic. Anyways, one last thing about the Time Bandits show. He finally brings in some dwarves, like at the very end, like you have the ultimate evil and the supreme being supposedly battling it out, the fortress of darkness or whatever, and the little boy and his little sister, which shouldn't even be in the show. They have matching yellow lunch boxes. Like, get the fuck out of here. Supposedly they put the map in one of them and then switched it around and then gave the ultimate evil the a fake map or some shit like that. And then they get outside and they find out that what they thought was the map is a fake map as well, because there was another little group, a band or group of dwarves. There was like 5 of them, and they stole the map and they took off. And that's the end of the show. It's just like, oh, so you finally bring some dwarves in. Get the fuck out of here. That show's so dumb. But anyways, let's get on to your B movie reviews. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. One more thing. The UK version does something the Australian and the American version doesn't do, which I thought was dumb, of Alone. The UK version will tell the contestants, you know, who's left, like how many are left. They don't tell them exactly who it is, but they go and say, oh yeah, there's 4 of them left. Oh yeah, we're down to 3, you know. They do it every medical check on the UK version, which I think is kind of dumb. Part of the show, the point is not knowing who's left. It's supposed to be a surprise at the end. They're the ones that win. You know, you tell them how many are left. Oh, they're gung-ho now. Oh, there's only 3 left. Boy, if I stick it out a little bit longer, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of dumb. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there too. It's so dumb. But hey, moving on. Let's get on to your B movie reviews. Alright, movie holics. This week is Horror Week. Now, I went with a couple older flicks. The first one is done in 1978. It made about 20 million worldwide. Stars Tommy Lee Jones and Faye Dunaway, and it's called Eyes of Lower Mars. Now, this is a story that's been done many times. Basically, you know, the woman sees through the eyes of the killer when he's killing somebody. She has some weird psychic connection with him. This same thing. She's like some famous photographer for like fashion magazines or whatever. And she keeps seeing this guy killing somebody. You know, she'd just be doing something, and then all of a sudden, you know, she could see through his eyes when he's committing the crime. Now, I knew who the killer was very early on. It was very easy to tell. You know, of course, you know, Tommy Lee Jones is the killer. He plays this cop who's trying to help her out the whole time. He's actually like, he's got like a split personality or some shit. She ends up killing him in the end, and that's the end of the movie. This is more, I wouldn't have labeled it, they label it as horror, but it's more thriller than horror. It was okay. It's just, you know, the story's been done before, so it wasn't like anything major. And you know, the acting was really good. You had some really decent actors in it. I give it, you know, a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad either. You know, check it out if you're into horror movies. I mean, it's decent. It's all right. It's more of a crime thing if you're more into crime. The next one I watched was done in 1988, and it only made about 2 million worldwide. It starred Lucas Haas and Rivetta Janie. It's called Lady in White. Now, this is your typical ghost story, you know, trying to solve a crime or murder, blah blah blah.
I wish that was as weird as you. Thanks.
And it's done like a Hallmark after-school special type movie for like kids or something. It's like a ghost story for kids. It wasn't scary. I wouldn't have labeled it as horror either, but I guess so, since it's a ghost story. Basically, Lucas gets locked up in this closet in the school.
It's not make-believe.
By a couple of kids who were bullying.
It was too dark.
And then
I couldn't see his face.
This time it's serious.
The killer shows up and he tries to kill him. He thinks he kills him, but he doesn't. The boy lives.
And strange. Very strange.
While he's in the closet, he sees the ghost of a little girl being murdered.
A girl
He doesn't
who
see the
wants you
killer, but he
find
sees the
her
little
killer.
girl.
Will you help me?
You have just
The
one
ghost
hope
kind
to
of
solve the
attaches
mystery.
herself to him,
Sometimes when someone dies violent, they can't
and she's
rest in
like,
peace.
please find
To
my
stop
mother.
the evil.
She's
What are you
lost.
doing? I gotta follow.
Well, there
To save
is
your life.
another ghost they call the Lady in White, and
Open the door.
she lives on top of this hill by the cliffs,
Say your
by an old
prayers.
rundown house. She's the mother.
Lady in
The killer reveals himself. They eventually find out who the killer is. He's like a close family member or friend of the family. He eventually gets killed, and you know, the father, of the boy. There's two boys, but Lucas is the one who sees the girl. His character. He's the one who sees the ghost. He eventually gets his brother in on it. His older brother named Gino. He gets his older brother in on it, and he sees the ghost too. But all ends, it ends well. You know, the killer dies, and that's the end. And the ghost, they reunite. The mother and the daughter, they reunite and go wherever. And that's the end of the movie. It was okay. You know, it's just a typical ghost story. I didn't think it was all that bad. It was for an after-school special kind of thing, you know. I give thumbs up, thumbs down. You had some decent actors in it. The story was okay, you know. Check it out if you want. Not a bad movie. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. If you could think of any underrated films, B movies, you think I may never ever have heard of, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next, if you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. That's all I have for you this week. Until next time, I told you to be told the truth, and you just been told.